Alright guys, I'm gonna talk to you guys today about a prototype rig that I've been working on and show you guys the parts and give you guys an idea about what's going on within the machine, and just stay tuned and we'll get started on Tux Tech TV. Alright guys, so here is the parts list here for the build. This is a close enough representation of the graphics card. It's right there by the heatsink. It actually has a metal plate that covers the fins. You don't actually see the fins underneath, and it's actually in a anodized gray or a black shroud that covers it, and it's all aluminum or aluminium, so you're saying Europe. Anyway, this is the closest representation that I could find on the Newegg website. It was a purchase that I made at Best Buy, but the Best Buy website themselves don't have the product anymore. I guess it was something that was being phased out. These are the newer models here. I don't know how much quieter that fan will be, which it doesn't look like it'll be quiet at all. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And when you look at the specifications, there's not much to talk about here. 96 CUDA cores is abysmal, but again, the machine isn't for gamers. You can play some games on it, but it's not a gamer's rig. If you're gonna game on there, I would suggest getting like a 750 Ti. That will work astonishingly well. It'll be leaps and bounds ahead of this 730 GPU. Actually, the 5000 and 6000 series Intel graphics chips on the 6th and 7th generation processors, or the 5th and 6th generation processors, are actually 4 to 5 times faster than this 730 graphics card. Yes, it's faster. And the reason why I opted for this graphics card is, you know, for both efficiency and to build something that's going to be cost effective, as far as if I'm going to look forward to being a reseller, I have to find a means of making a profit. And it does good enough to do basic usage. 1080p video streaming is capable on this graphics card, but anything higher than 1080p like 1440 or 4K is gonna be a chug fest, so don't bother. Next in line is the processor. Unfortunately, I haven't run any tests on the graphics chip that is in this processor, and I have a gut feeling it might be more powerful than the NVIDIA 730, but the reason why I opted to still go ahead and use the NVIDIA graphics card is because AMD's drivers suck under the Linux platform. They have yet to have upgraded their drivers to have that functionality on the open source platforms. As far as I know, their main concern is consoles and computers right now. They're not focusing on any third-party systems, not even if you're trying to install a graphics card on an Apple device, on like a Power PC or something from Apple. You know, the last one that they had that resembles a trash can has two AMD graphics cards in them, and from my understanding, the drivers are being maintained internally by Apple themselves with some support from AMD. Don't bother about the source. I read this somewhere. Can't remember where I read the article, but that's what I read. Don't know how truthful it is, but I felt like I should say that because I wouldn't put it past them, because they have been slacking lately. Now, this motherboard here is the one I'm using, and yes, it is a tiny little motherboard. Why do I have it in a mid-size case? Again, prototyping. I just wanted to see how much performance that I could have out of this. Whenever the hardware is acquired for me to upgrade the kids' computer again, guess what? They're gonna get another upgrade. This right here is just for prototyping. This will be the lowest tier computer that I would sell as far as the performance that you get out of this motherboard here. It's reasonable. The one thing I don't like about it is this that pink serial connection there. It's for those old style printers and stuff that most people still, well, not most people, but some of the old fogies that's unwilling to give those old devices up. Oh, they last forever, but they're slow as crap. Give them up. VGA, and it has DVI and HDMI there on the side. I haven't fully tested the motherboard yet. I will be doing a later video on that, doing some benchmarks and stuff with the Octane. I know it's gonna fail miserably, but I'm gonna use the Octane benchmark tool to see how quick it renders, and let's see where it goes from there too. 24-pin connection, 4 SATA connections right there. It has a USB 3.0 connector that you can see right there next to the RAM slot, and then in that PCI slot is where I have that 730 graphics card. And the installation that I chose for this, as far as the distro for the machine, was the Ubuntu Mate or Ubuntu Mate, and it's a 16.04 install. I had a little bit of trouble with the audio, but it was elementary mistake on my behalf because I forgot to install the restricted extras. And once I went and opened up Synaptic and installed the restricted extras, it's opened up all of the other features that are basically there with the HD audio and stuff like that. It works pretty good. The fidelity in the video is pretty much on point too. But anyway, here we go with the Patriot memory. Why did I select Patriot memory? It's cheap, and in the future, these parts here don't. Again, the parts here are not representative of the final product. That's my disclaimer. The final product might have an Intel processor if I could find a cost-efficient one. None of the machines that I will be selling are actually gonna be dual core. All of them are gonna be quads. If I can't find a cost-efficient quad, I'm gonna just stick with AMD and get the lowest tier, highest performing AMD processor, if you understand what I'm saying. If it makes sense to you. But anyway, I only have one stick of this Patriot memory. I'll show you in a later clip. You will see the one stick on top of the boxes with the parts and the case and stuff. And yeah, this is the memory right here. It's actually a dual channel memory. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys is that this setup only supports single channel memory. So if I were to get 2 of these sticks and install it in the system, it would not work, because the way that the memory works, the way that the memory phases on the motherboard and communicates with the processor, it opens up the second channel, and this motherboard and processor is not designed for that kind of setup, so it's not gonna work. So if I wanted to, I will have to find single channel memory and install 2 in the machine. So that is a warning for you guys who are still interested in putting these parts together in a machine, and I guess to run like a media server of some type. I mean, these parts are phenomenal for just that. If that's what you're gonna do, by all means purchase the parts, and in the future that's what I'm going to be doing with the machine anyway. It's going to be a media device. I'm going to find a ITX case, and you know, the smallest, most compact case that I could get, something that's fanless and quiet, and I'll be running that. And this is the case here, Series 230T, and this is the Corsair graphite case. It's a pretty good case. Very happy with it. Primarily I purchased it for the kids. I didn't want to get something with intricate designs. It has this rugged, you know, construction look. You know, it looks like a bulldozer with the orange setup. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to describe what it looks like to me, but it looks like it's a rugged case, and it has held up to some abuse by my 5-year-old son sitting on top of the case while eating his lunch. So yeah, I am just happy he didn't spill anything in it while he was sitting eating. But I guess it's physical appearance is actually holding up, you know, because it seems to be a rugged case. But that's not the kind of abuse I suggest that you guys put the case through, but it's what it's going through in my household, so be it as it may. You can select these other colors if you want to too, that's up to you. Anyway, power supply. It's a 430 watt power supply, and there goes the train. Wow, I was trying to avoid that from interfering with my video recording, but oh well. Yeah, there's a power supply. It actually has, I think, a 5-year warranty. I don't think it's gonna show here, because of course they like to talk about their extended plans. Yep, 5-year warranty. So why should you buy an extended plan on this? Yeah. Anyway, this is another reason why I'm using this power supply, because you see this ERP rating here, EIP lot 6. I would explain what that means, but it will take me off on the tangent that I don't want to go down right now. But what it is the latest standards on the low voltage, low power consumption type products that you could purchase and put together in a computer. If your power supply doesn't have a ERP rating such as this one here, if it's I think lot 3, it'll be fine. But if it's anything lower than that, it's probably not gonna work. So that's something that you guys should keep in mind. If you are gonna put this machine together, you might be purchasing a new power supply also. And there have been some complaints that I've been reading in the reviews that people are stating that this motherboard doesn't work after putting it together. And when you look into it, the power supply that they're using isn't a power supply that you should use with a system, a low wattage system like this. I mean, the power supply may compensate to a certain degree, but if there's any, split second modulation that needs to be taking place, and it drops that voltage way too low, the wattage and the amperage goes up too high, it's gonna fry the motherboard, so it's not worth it. It's a cheap motherboard, but why purchase it to break it to rebuy it again? That's stupid. Anyway, on the tangent. But those are the parts right there, and pretty much if you guys are gonna purchase this system, it's again, it's just a representation of something that I will be selling in the future, and I'll post some stuff probably in the description below, or actually in my next video when I do the review on the hardware after it does its overnight burn-in and all that stuff, and I make sure that the system is stable enough. I'll do some benchmarks on it, and I will let you guys know, where you could purchase it. I might even put it up on eBay. So yeah, that'll be it for that. Alright, so just stick around and you guys will see my little assembly montage. So stay right there. Alright guys, these are the parts that are going into the prototype build that I have here, and that's the case that they're going in. Alright guys, this is the finished product over here. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is pretty much a prototype kit for future production. It's not gonna, the parts in it isn't gonna finalize the model that is supposed to represent. This is just a test bed to see where I should go ahead or just, have the parts in the position that it is as far as the performance. As is, it's a successful assembly. have here, I installed the 730 NVIDIA graphics card in there. It only has what is it, a gigabyte of DDR3 RAM. It's not GDDR3, it's just DDR3 RAM. It's capable of playing games like Dota 2 and games like that. Pretty much install some lightweight games on Steam for the kids to play whenever they feel like playing. It is actually capable of playing, what's it called, War Thunder, which is one of my favorite titles to play on Steam. One of the games I have in my collection is Grid Autosport. It doesn't work at all. I mean, it runs, but at an abysmal frame rate. I think it was getting like 6 to 7 frames a second, and that is not playable. It's funny that there's people out there that have PCs that are really old and force themselves basically to play games at that level, which is like ridiculous to me. I don't understand that. But anyway, it's a pretty good system. It has 4 gigs of RAM. It has a quad-core Sempron processor from AMD. It is actually an APU, but that's not really anything that to write home about as far as performance. It's a basic unit. I'm not trying to build something that is a enthusiast type rig. This is just for day-to-day use, again, for the kids to do whatever they need to do as far as schoolwork, homework, go online, do the research that they need to do, and pretty much that's it. This is the finished product. It's in a Corsair case. I can't remember the model number of the case, but I will definitely place it in the description below of the video. This is a 32-inch 720p monitor. I didn't see the need to put a 1080p monitor to have this machine power. It's ridiculous. Maybe in the future, if we get a secondary monitor, this could be something that could be placed above the rig and put a 1080p monitor in the front or something. I don't know, but they're not going to be multitasking anytime soon. This is a word processor that comes with the Linux operating system, of course, which everybody who's a Linux user knows that it's pretty much a default in the Linux operating system in the Linux world right now. It's pretty good. It's fast enough. I don't want to say it's like really fast because I will really be exaggerating. I'm putting in the wrong zip code. Select. Yeah, but this is pretty much it. The weather in my location is abysmal right now. I'll show you all the satellite. That is rain, people. That is over my house right now. Yeah. Stormy weather. It's a major cluster that's overhead right now. So, but anyway, this is the finished product. So, thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you hate it. If you hate it, let me know what you did not like about it so that I can make changes in the future. If there's anything about the video that you would, have any questions about, just, again, hit me up in the private message, something. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for the video. Subscribe. Hit me up later. Peace out.